The dark web is one of the many corners of the internet. Although, it may be easier to say that it is one of the many corners of the internet. This is because, unlike how many think, the dark web is actually not one singular thing, and not even all illegal. But first, what is the dark web? The internet consists of many parts, including the ClearNet. ClearNet's like that, okay? So the ClearNet is what you call it. The ClearNet is the internet that 99% of the people will access, but it's only this small amount of the internet. All of this is what you call the deep web. And the deep web consists of things such as Google Drive, cloud storage, it can consist of things behind paywalls, and it can even consist of just things not indexed. And then we have the dark web. It's just like in this corner over here. Actually, it's probably more like that. The dark web is simply a specific type of thing in the deep web, categorized by the domain .onion, which is a top-level domain that is specifically reserved for the deep web. Top-level domain is a domain like .com, .net, something that is easily recognizable. Something like .tech, I don't think it would be a top-level domain, or .xyz. So the dark web, many people get the impression that the dark web is only for criminals, but there are actually many things on the dark web. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of illegal things, like you could go on there and buy meth within 10 minutes of ever setting on there. Like, it's not hard. I mean, it's hard in the fact that you have to know how to do it without being scammed or phished or anything, but analogy for the web is like an ocean. So we have the ocean here. So here's the ocean. The clear web. So if you have a person standing here, let's say the clear web is just this top level. This is all they're going to be able to see. But there's all of this space down here that they can't see. And it occupies so much more space than just the top surface area. And then all the way down here we have the dark web, which is, you can get to it, it's just not as easy. So basically, to get to the dark web, in our example, it would be a submarine. And you got a little window, the little guy in the submarine. Our submarine in this situation would be the Tor browser, which was developed by the Department of Defense. Well, the first Tor browser was developed by the Department of Defense in the early 90s, and it is now maintained by volunteers all over the world, and servers are run. So the Tor browser, combined with a VPN, because safety, it, unlike a human, it knows it can get all the way down there, and it knows how to get down there. If you just have a guy, he can't swim all the way to the bottom of the ocean. That would be stupid. That's not a thing he can do. But if you're in the submarine, then you can go all the way down. But basically, some of the things you can find on the dark web, you can find stuff like drugs and other explicit things. But that's only a portion of the dark web. The dark web is also home to the dark web is home to lots of things, such as the New York Times has a .onion domain. The BBC has plenty that correspond to the BBC in all the different countries, and the dark web can also be used to get its original purpose was anonymity, and so it can be used completely anonymously, which means if you know how, it can be used to bypass stuff like censors. So in China or other places where the government censors stuff. And you can also buy things on there, like drugs, but yeah. So in conclusion, the internet is a vast, vast place, mostly categorized by the deep web, all the stuff in here, but all the stuff that most people will see is just the clear net. But at the very bottom we have the dark web, which can only be accessed through the use of the Tor browser, and it hosts plenty of things, not just illegal content. Thank you for watching my video.